The government has stopped us from going outside, which has actually given us the opportunity to go deep inside. I mean, when do we actually get an opportunity like this, where we can actually feel the frustration, feel the loneliness, feel the sadness, feel all of the things that seem to be going against us right now, which actually allows us to actually react. And that reaction is purely a reaction of what's internal. So for the first time, this has forced us into a position where we can see everything that's going on inside so that we can start doing inner work. And while we're doing the inner work now, to cleanse, to clear, to declutter all of the stress, all of the doubts, all of the fears that are within, what will happen after the pandemic is that we start to become much stronger and become the positive vibration to attract the things that we do want in life. We're not allowed to leave our house unless it's some food shopping. Which actually gives us an opportunity to actually work in the house, right? This is like our temple where we stay every single day. Yet at the same time, a lot of the time, we don't actually look after our place of stay, like the feng shui, the way the energy is flowing. So now it's time to declutter. Because of our everyday busy lives, we're always non-stop working in the hustle, in our jobs, dealing with things, looking after the kids, dealing with a wife, dealing with a husband, whatever it is for you, right? And kind of a lot of the time, I don't know if you find this too, in our house we kind of start cluttering everything up. And just something so simple, and I always use this example because let's use the example of our wardrobe, let's say. There's probably 80% of the clothes in there you never wear. You actually have it all there because it has memories, some have things of who gifted you it in the past. You spent a lot of money on certain things, but you never wear it. Probably half of the things don't even fit anymore. And every single day you grab the same items over and over again. That's the 10 to 20% of it. So why actually carry this old energy if we're actually wanting to move forward? Now is actually the perfect time to actually declutter and cleanse your house while you're stuck in the house. We don't even get to see our friends and our loved ones anymore. Or maybe it's not so hard to connect today, especially with the power of technology these days. We can literally call anybody we want. In fact, we're gonna have a call right now with our leader of our organization, our nonprofit organization out in Kenya. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and you're gonna see all of my kids. Maybe this is the first time you're meeting all my kids. Madame Polivia, you need
Hello, Master!
Wow, that's very loud. Can you say hello to our friends here?
Hello!
Oh, where are the kids?
There they are.
Oh, wow.
You can't see them?
I can see. Hello. Jumbo.
Hello! Salimie.
We're gonna... Madame Polly, can we just sing one song for everybody?
Sawa.
Sawa, sawa.
Twawaombea, twawaombea, twawaombea kwa Mungu Baba Mwenyezi Muumba, awasamehe, awabariki ili waweze kuokolewa jamaa.
Twawaombea, twawaombea, twawaombea kwa Mungu Baba Mwenyezi Muumba, awasamehe, awabariki ili waweze
kuokolewa. Kina mama wengi nanyi, musije mko nyuma, kwanza mumeanza mashetani kuchanga, kila jioni nyinyi munaanza usherati, hamugumuki kwamba mna watoto gani yini tunawaombea kwa Mungu Muumba wetu awasamehe ili muokoke jamaa.
Twawaombea kwa Mungu Baba mwishi Muumba awabariki ili waweze kuona. We need to leave now, kids. We need to leave now, kids. Thank you so much. We need to love you all. Bye. Bye. What is this social distancing thing? I mean, we can't even give people a hug these days. So with this like social distancing that's actually happening, even when we see somebody who we kind of love and care for, you can't even give them a hug anymore. But this loneliness that we're feeling right now and this like disconnect to the world and the people that we love may not be as bad as we think it is, because this is actually giving us an opportunity to actually start appreciating those loved ones around us. And by the time we get out of this pandemic, we'll actually have that longing and then that craving. I always say that there's no such thing as happiness without sadness. Now we're experiencing this. Actually, when we have what we have, we'll actually appreciate the things so much more. But for now, I think all we can do is probably just connect with nature around us. And maybe we can find the hug here. Okay, so everybody's losing their jobs right now. And those in business, it's like we can't even do our business anymore. Actually, in the Chinese words of crisis, if you actually divide it, you actually see within crisis, it has the word opportunity. And that's why it's very important right now to actually think outside of the box. So we need to understand one thing here is that a lot of people for a long time have been complaining that everything's actually start going online. Like a lot of robots are starting to take over and everybody has that fear. But why fear it? Why not see every change as a good thing? It's evolution. It's the way the world works, right? So now the universe is using its magic to actually force you outside of your work to say, hi, how can I think outside of the box? Now is the time to actually think online business, because that is where the world is right now. My whole life is based on traveling. It's like we can't even travel anymore. I mean, we can't go anywhere. Or maybe we can travel. But the difference is now it's traveling in mind and then out of mind. We call this astral traveling. A way of actually getting into mind to actually go through the third eye portal and outside of ourselves, from the physical to the metaphysical, where we are unlimited sources of energy that can actually move anywhere we want in the galaxy and beyond. We are on lockdown, creators. We're on lockdown, creators. I mean, think about it. I mean, when do we ever get an opportunity like this? The great pandemic. Like our grandparents can talk about how they went through the world wars and how everything was happening and tell their grandchildren that story. But now we have a story to tell. Think about this. And everything has the positive and has a negative. We can look at it as the dark side and say, hey, why is all this happening to us? But at the same time, by shifting our perspective, we can see everything's happening right now. If you look, the grass is so green. Have you ever seen grass this green before? And people say the grass is greener on the other side. But what if this has actually taken us to the other side right now? The skies are blue. Everything is clearing. If you look at the rivers are all clearing. The animals are coming out. The dolphins are coming out to play. Nature is actually reviving. Our souls are being purified while everything is happening right now. So we can be there complaining and thinking everything's going against us right now. Or we can look at the other side, because everything, there's a yin and yang. And when we see the other side and the other perspective, we'll be able to get out of this pandemic together as we unite in love, in trust, and as we come together as one in positivity.